If you want to open your pineal gland and gain superhuman consciousness, keep watching this video. Actor Steven says, how do we open our pineal gland? As a person who grew up in a religious cult, I have taken an interest in things like this. I no longer believe in organized, I think you meant to say organized religion. Okay, so opening your pineal gland. First thing I would try is change your diet. Go on a raw food diet. Raw plant diet. So just a whole bunch of vegetables, berries, fruits, and either minimally cook them or don't cook them at all. And then see how much more clear-headed you become. And then if you combine this with what's called a Kundalini meditation, you can open your pineal gland without actually doing any psychedelics or anything like that. But try the raw food diet. See if that helps. And then do the Kundalini meditation, which basically involves flexing a muscle called your perineum. And when you flex this perineum over and over again and you hold the flex, just like, doing reps in the gym, it sends your sexual energy from your root chakra to your pineal gland. So it travels up your spine, and your pineal gland is your crown chakra. And when that energy hits your pineal gland, it blows it wide open, it breaks off all the calcification, and you're going to have probably like an energy release, or maybe a multidimensional experience or a mystical experience. Again, it's a little different for everyone, but in a lot of cases, when you do this your first time, you might have an energy release, and that means you're clearing out emotional energies and traumatic energies that were trapped in your body. You might start laughing, you might start crying, because those are heightened states of emotions that are being released. Another thing you can do is just do a water fast, like don't eat any solid food at all for like 3 or 4 or 5 days, and you'll notice the difference. I mean, your whole consciousness will change. There's a couple supplements that I take that significantly have helped my pineal gland. These work better if you're doing them on a clean diet. They will still work even if you're eating a lot of junk food, but they'll work a lot better on a clean diet. The first one is monatomic gold. This is gold in its singular atomic structure. It is bioelectric. So gold is a conductor of electricity. You have this stuff in its singular atomic structure. You can ingest it. Just put a little bit of this under your tongue. Take it every day. And then I combine that with another supplement called Masterpiece. This was created by a nanoparticle scientist named Matthew, and I interviewed him on Rumble just a couple weeks ago. But this stuff detoxes, and it's scientifically proven. They did the before and after test, the DNA test, everything. This stuff detoxes the aluminum and barium that they're spraying in the air, because that stuff messes up your pineal gland. It also detoxes the stuff, the graphene oxide that a lot of people are getting in their bodies from big pharma, and it also helps detox the microplastics from all the plastic water bottles and plastic Tupperware. So all those things that I just described are basically just toxins that clog up your body and shut down your pineal gland. Those two supplements combined work fantastic together. They're like pineal gland amplifiers, especially if you combine it with a raw food diet or just a really clean diet. Get rid of all the seed oils, get rid of all the GMOs, get rid of all the hormones that they inject into the cows and things like that. And you should notice it just with that, and if you combine it with the meditation, even better. You can also eat psilocybin mushrooms. You can also do ayahuasca, which is basically DMT in like a drinkable tea kind of form, but you got to go down to the rainforest to do that with the shamans. There's a lot of different substances that you can take that will open your pineal gland. A lot of them are often used recreationally today, but you can set an intent to do that with more of a spiritual purpose, if you like. Other ways to do it, in my opinion, is go out into the middle of the freaking desert, like all by yourself. Do this on the clean diet, the supplements, and just set an intention that you want to like get some kind of download from the universe and through your pineal gland, and like you consciously put that intention to use your pineal gland, and who knows, you might get something. There's a researcher named Dr. Stephen Greer, and they do what's called a CE5. That's a close encounter of the fifth kind, where they utilize their consciousness and their pineal gland through meditation techniques to raise their vibrational frequency, and then they communicate with extraterrestrials and multidimensional beings by doing this. So your pineal gland is kind of like the portal. It gives you access to other dimensions, and there's a lot of different ways, a lot of different techniques that people use to open it. There's a lot of different scientific things that you can use to open it. Like I was just saying, like this stuff combined with the monatomic gold. There's one more supplement that I would recommend also. It's called Go2 Cola. Gotu, and then Cola spelled with a K, Kola, is also one I've tried that, and I did that also while on the raw food diet. But all that stuff combined, like if you start just doing all that stuff, like put it all into practice at once, you'll probably open your pineal gland. You'll probably start remembering your dreams better. You'll have more vivid, lucid dreams. You'll have all kinds of synchronicities. You'll probably start seeing numbers everywhere. For me, like when I did my raw food diet, my dreams were so clear, so vivid, and so memorable. Like I wouldn't forget them. And there would be like synchronistic things that happened in my dream that would later correlate to another synchronicity in my waking state. So it was kind of like I was just living through one constant information flow because I wasn't forgetting the dreams. There is other stuff out there. Like I said, you can go down to the rainforest and drink ayahuasca. There's another plant medicine that they use called ibogaine, or sometimes people call it ibogaine. I call it ibogaine. That's another one to do. I haven't done that one yet. I heard it's way gnarlier than ayahuasca, so I'd probably start with ayahuasca. There's also people that have experimented with stuff like MDMA and said that helped them open their pineal gland. But again, like everyone's experience is going to be a little different trying to do this. There's also a thing called astral projection, which you can practice, which also involves using your pineal gland, where you can send your consciousness out of the body and do what's called remote viewing. In fact, I just uploaded on my Rumble channel a CIA document about some of the breathing techniques and meditation techniques about how to utilize your pineal gland to astral project. I posted that recently, like a week ago, on my Rumble channel. But those are just some of the things you can experiment with. Again, this thing about this, like experimenting. One method might work fantastic for you that doesn't work as good for other people. But I know I listed a bunch of supplements and clean diets and fasting and raw food diets and all that stuff. You can do that Kundalini meditation, flexing your perineum, sending your energy from your root chakra to your crown chakra. You can do that on a completely shit diet. It doesn't matter. If you practice it enough, you'll probably still do it. Because your sexual energy is really powerful. That's your creative energy. And your creative energy in your root chakra is so powerful. That's what's used to create a whole nother life through sexual intercourse. So when you send that energy, when you become aware of like how to move energy from your body, you'll become better and better at opening your pineal gland with that energy and harnessing that energy. But Dr. Joe Dispenza teaches how to do that in his workshops. Also, too, the yogis and stuff, they've been doing this for thousands of years. It's nothing new. It's just hidden from everyone in the United States because the corporate religious industrial complex and the government doesn't want you to do this stuff, because when you become this awake and aware and you start being able to gather data from other dimensions that the government may not approve of, that's a big threat to them. That's why this stuff is so suppressed. It's why they make things like DMT illegal, mushrooms are illegal. All the plants that have things in them that have interoperability with the neurons in our brain, the government has tried to make them all illegal because they don't want you to open your pineal gland. But there's a lot of plants that have different things in them that can assist you in opening your pineal gland. So think about this, like stuff like DMT, psilocybin mushrooms. It's kind of like the Game Shark code or the cheat code to just go there freaking instantly without really having to put in like work to learn how to do the breathing techniques and the meditation techniques. But again, like I said, I would go with your intuition and what feels right for you. What do you feel guided to do based on where you're at in life and the resources that you have access to. And if you want, I can send the links to some of the supplements that I use. In fact, if you're watching this on Rumble or YouTube, I'll put links to get this stuff in the description of this video. And I'll also put a link to get this stuff in the description of this video. And if anyone watching on TikTok, if you want the links, and if you want to see the censored interview with the nanoparticle scientist that created this stuff, I posted that on Rumble. I can send you guys in a direct message all the links if you're viewing this on TikTok or Instagram. Let me know. Hope that was helpful.